down, up, down, up, down, up. What's going on, guys? Flyby Simulations here, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and to another full flight episode specifically on this channel. So today, as you guys can see, we are not in the usual A320 NX mod. We are instead in the A330 by Canadian Mods for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and we are in the Hong Kong airline colors, taking this beautiful A330-300 aircraft from here in Hong Kong International Airport, Victor Hotel, all the way to Manila in Philippines, which is ICAO code Romeo Papa Lima Lima. And it's going to be a very beautiful flight. I haven't had the chance to fly this aircraft, so I have no idea how it handles. In fact, I haven't really flown any A330s in any simulators yet. So this one happens to be free. It's on the FlightSim.2 website. I think it's still getting approved, but if you guys want a link to the aircraft itself, it is linked down in the description section of the video, so you guys can go and download it there. The airframe has been updated to accommodate an A330 sort of flight dynamics. However, the cockpit, which you will see in a second, is the exact same as the A320. So it's not a custom A330 cockpit. However, the airframe is the only thing that is representative of an A330. So it's just a little bit of variety on the channel, I guess, until we have some proper payware add-ons that we can just, experiment with this one. I've also been thinking about using the Salty Simulations 747, which is a fantastic modification of the 747-800 in the simulator, and it adds a lot of functionality to that aircraft. Not as much as the fly-by-wire A320 NX mod, however, quite a bit, and they have a good roadmap ahead of them. So the future of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 does look bright. And as of now, as of the present, let's go ahead and jump into the flight deck and start preparing this aircraft to take it from here in Hong Kong all the way to beautiful Manila. Alright, so as you guys can see, we are in the cockpit of the A330. However, it does not resemble the cockpit of an A330 at all whatsoever. There are a few subtle differences, like I don't know if I've seen that in an A320 before, like that specific display. However, for the most part, this entire cockpit is exactly the same as the A320 NX mod. So technically speaking, you also need to download the A320 NX mod to be able to sort of use this cockpit. So technically, it's an exact port over. However, the team is working on an update to be able to get the exact A330 cockpit for this aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So there's also quite a, I don't like the shadows here. What's happening to these shadows? Because the normal A320 NX mod doesn't have these, but the A330 does seem to have them. I don't know. We'll have to work around it. So let's go up to the overhead panel and start configuring the aircraft. Let's go ahead and get the external power up and running. Let's get the batteries up and running as well. Adjust the cockpit ventilation here. So the cockpit is good. Forward cabin is good as well. Aft cabin is good as well. What else do we need? We'll get the extra emergency exit lights to arm. No smoking lights can go to on. Nav and logo lights can also go to on. We'll go ahead and start aligning the IRS systems. There we go. And we'll go ahead and adjust some displays. So I guess this is the first time we're doing a proper daytime departure out of an airport. I think the last time we did it from November Zulu Whiskey November, which was Wellington International, we did a short domestic flight with the A320 from Wellington all the way to Auckland. However, it was a very cloudy day that day, and therefore we didn't really have a lot of visibility. However, today in Hong Kong, it's as clear as you can get, and it's midday right now. So it's in the simulator, it's about 3:21 p.m., and we have a departure time of 3:36 p.m. So I think we should be good to go in terms of preparing this aircraft for departure nice and early, because we've had a history of doing that. I don't know if you guys remember, but last time we prepared the aircraft for departure in under 12 minutes, which was very impressive. So we're looking to do the same, looking to get into the action as quickly as possible. So let's go ahead and start programming the MCDU. So we're taking this from Victor Hotel all the way to Romeo Papa. Oh crap. Type that wrong. Romeo Papa Lima Lima. There we go. Enter that in there. No, we don't have a company route. IRS initialization, we'll go ahead and align on the reference right here. And let's go ahead and confirm that alignment. So the IRS systems know that they have to start aligning. And now we need to start getting some information about the cost index and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Let's go into my trusty little Sim Toolkit Pro menu. and we're going to be having a cost index of 10 today. So we're in a tad bit of a larger aircraft, so it's not going to be the standard 5 cost index. We're going to be traveling a tad bit faster. Our ICAO code is going to be Hotel Kilo Charlie, so Hotel Kilo Charlie, and the flight number, if I can remember it, is 351. There we go. Enter that in there. Do we have an alternate airport? I'm pretty sure we do. The alternate is going to be Victor Hotel, Hotel, Hotel. So in the case of a diversion mid-flight, we're basically going to be coming back all the way to Hong Kong. We're going to be returning to this airport. Cruising flight level is going to be flight level 370. We don't really have any step climbs. It's a relatively short flight again, 1 hour and 40 minutes. I did get a few route recommendations, actually specifically one route recommendation from Craig down in the comments. He said do a flight from Adelaide all the way to Singapore, which is a good flight, but as you guys know, I only fly real aircraft in the simulator, or real routes, so only the 787 in the simulator actually flies that route, and I find the 787 to be very buggy at the moment, so I don't really want to give that a go as of yet. I don't really find that to be too amazing. So okay, so let's go ahead and enter the fuel information in here. I don't know why it's not showing kilograms. Maybe it's bugged out. Let me just go ahead into settings and adjust that real quick. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We have the kilograms now selected. I don't know what happened. I think I might have changed that setting somewhere down the line previously. Okay, so the total block fuel we're carrying is going to be 18.9 tons. So that's going to be about 19,000 kilograms. So let's go ahead and adjust that. We're going to be pretty heavy today in terms of the fuel. And what the heck is happening to those shadows over there? God knows. Okay, so 18,837. So we can go a little bit lesser than that. No, let's just go for 90%. It's always good to have a little bit extra. Okay, and payload for today is going to be 35.3 tons. So that's going to be 35,300 kilograms. So a little bit lesser than that, and a little bit lesser than that as well. There we go. That should be good enough. And let's go ahead and enter our zero fuel weight values in there. Perfect. So zero fuel weight is going to be 131.1, and zero fuel weight CG is also going to be 24.7. Block fuel, as we said here, is going to be 19,140 kilograms. That's what's been fueled in. So let's go ahead and enter that in. 19,000. Actually, the block fuel should just be what we're going to be using today. So that's just 18,837. So 18.8 tons is what we're going to enter here. There we go. And let's go ahead and start entering our flight plan. So from Victor Hotel, 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 we're taking the 07 left runway, which is actually pretty simple taxi. So we're basically going to push back nose left. Is it going to be nose left? Let me just confirm that. Yeah, nose left, tail right. And we're going to be backtracking this runway all the way there. And that's 07 left. So we're going to be taking off this way and going to be flying over the city of Hong Kong right there. I've been to Hong Kong quite a few times and I love the country. Absolutely love it to death. It's pretty close to Singapore, where I've been living for the last 6 years. So yeah, I've been there quite a few times. It's fun. Okay, and the departure we're taking is the Ocean 1 Delta departure. However, I don't think they have the Ocean 1 Delta available, so we're just going to go ahead with the OSHA 2 Charlie departure instead. And just waiting to see if it selects that SID. We might be having a problem here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what's going on. Oh, there we go. It selected it. There we go. Let's go ahead and insert that, and let's go ahead and start entering our information about the route. So let's go ahead and get our reference card up and running, our trusty little Sim Toolkit Pro reference card, which is always very helpful. And let's put that here. Okay, so from Ocean, we're taking the Victor 4 airway. So let's go ahead and enter that in, Victor 4. And from Victor 4, we're going to Noman. So November, Oscar, Mike, Alpha, Victor. Oh, sorry. Mike, Alpha, November. My bad. There we go. Okay, so it's routed as directly. It's not understanding what the Victor 4 airway is. That's all right, as long as we get to Noman. Alpha 461 airway after this. And we're taking that all the way to Avmup. So Alpha, Victor, Mike, Uniform Papa. There we go. And from there, Whiskey 16, Whiskey 16. And we're taking that all the way to Oliva. So Oscar, Lima, India, Victor, Alpha. There we go. And from after that, we just have to program our arrival into Manila. So our arrival is going to be the ILS 06 arrival. And the star we're taking is the Olivia 1 Alpha star. And they have quite a few stars because Manila happens to be a prominent airport. Okay, so Olivia 1 Alpha star has been selected, and we don't really have a VIA, so I guess if it says Mia is the best VIA, that rhymes for no reason, we're just going to go with Mia. So let's go ahead and insert that, and there we go. Flight planning has been completed. Before we start entering our performance information, let's also go ahead and start the APU here, so master switch can come on, and we'll wait for the flap to start up. In the meantime, let's also get some backlighting for these displays. The sun glare doesn't really help us. Okay. And is the flap open? We should have that indication popping up here momentarily. There we go. Flap is open. Let's go ahead and start the APU. Let's also get a little bit of background lighting for the overhead panel as well. And let's go down here and enter our performance information. So V1, all the V speeds essentially should be calculated automatically. There we go. Our transition altitude for today is going to be, let me just check that real quick for you guys, for all you beautiful faces on the other side of the internet today. Initial climb is going to be 5,000 feet, and the transition altitude is 9,000 feet. There we go. So we got two pieces of important information there. And we're going to be taking flap 2 departure, as usual, Delta November 0.0, so the trim setting is going to be 0. Flex temperature, we don't really have anything, so I'm just going to go for a random flex temperature of 56 degrees. Don't want to waste any more time than we have to. And there we go. That's the performance data all good to go. And we can come back to the flight plan page. And the IRS systems have finished aligning as well. So we're pretty much good to go, people. All we're waiting for right now is the APU to start up. In the meantime, let's also go ahead and enter all the important information here on the flight control unit. So let's get the flight directors on both sides. Let's get constraint on my side, airport on the first officer's side. Let's also get some backlighting here. I don't know if it's on yet. So yeah, it's on. And QNH for today is going to be 1014 here at Hong Kong. Manila is going to be a little bit lower. I think it's 1009 at Manila in terms of the QNH. But yeah, that's it, guys. We're pretty much good to go. What time is it? It is 3:30, so we are bang on time. We should be pushing back in about 2 minutes once the APU is started up. And our arrival into Manila should be very, very beautiful because we're arriving, I think, about 6 to 7 minutes before sunset. So we should have a few beautiful sunset colors. We should have a few clouds. The city of Manila looks absolutely beautiful from an aerial perspective. So it's all a good mixture, and we should have a blast coming into Manila. Hopefully not a physical blast, but a metaphorical blast. We'll also go ahead and get the standby display all bright and shiny. And we'll also set this to 1014. There we go. All good to go. Auto throttle can also come on, so we don't have to worry about that. And is the APU available? Yes, it is. Let's go and get the APU bleed. And we can start hearing that in the background. Crew supply can come on. Let's also get these seatbelt signs on. And I'm going to load up my pushback helper plugin real quick so that we can get ready for pushback. All right, it's loading up. Stand by. All right, connected. So let's go ahead and disconnect the jetway first things first. So jetway, Mr. Jetway can go away. There we go. Jetway has received its instruction. And we'll go ahead and also get the pushback activated in just a second. So we'll go ahead and start all the fuel pumps first. There we go. Let's get the external power off. No longer need that. We are completely on APU power. We'll get the strobe light to auto, and we'll get the beacon light on to alert ground personnel that we are about to start the engines, and they should steer clear. Not that we really have any ground, and we have one ground personnel, but I don't think he really values his life. Oh no, I actually have more ground personnel on all sides of the aircraft. And the beacon light isn't really running at the moment. I don't really see a beacon light going at the top and bottom. So yeah, the A330 mod team has a lot of stuff to sort out. It's alright. So let's go ahead and activate the pushback. And we can see that the pushback tug there is coming and attaching itself onto the aircraft. And let's go to the external view and get ready for the pushback. You know, we have very few clouds here, and I don't know if you guys have been to Hong Kong, but those mountains over there are very beautiful. There's a Buddha monastery somewhere in the mountains, and there's a cable car that goes across the mountains, and it's absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you've had the opportunity to visit Hong Kong, but if you do visit Hong Kong. It's absolutely beautiful, the country. I've been there like 3 or 4 times. Been to Disneyland, Ocean Park. Love the rides, love everything about it. Okay, I think the pushback has commenced, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it has. So let's go ahead and get the parking brake released, and let's start engine number 2 on the push. Let's also get the TCAS system up and running. Get 2000 on the squawk code. There we go. And we need to do a straight pushback and then start pushing us back to the left. Or no, right. There we go. Engine number 2 is firing up, as we can see. Alright, let's start taking a right here. I think we might have overshot this a little bit. Yeah, we definitely overshot it. We should have started this way earlier. Yeah, we should have been on that little route over there. And I underestimated how big this aircraft is as well. That's okay. We're fine. As long as we get somewhere near this taxi route, we should be good to go to basically start up the engines ourselves and use thrust instead of the pushback tug. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stop the pushback right about now. I don't want to go onto this grass patch over here. So let's go ahead and stop the pushback. There we go. And we'll dismiss the pushback plug-in as well. And we'll also go ahead and start up engine 1. I think we have engine 2 already started up. Yes, we have 19.7% on the N1. Let's lock the flight deck door as well. And yeah. Oh yeah, we forgot to dim the first officer's displays. That causes FPS drops for me. So yeah, it's much better now. Alright, starting up engine 1. As usual, I would have loved to have some wing views. However, this aircraft just simply doesn't support it. If you guys haven't seen it, if you guys want to know how to create wing views inside Microsoft Flight Simulator, there's actually a really nifty trick. I've uploaded a video of how to do that, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. I'll leave it down in the description section of the video. It's very helpful. It walks you through the process of how to configure flight deck views first, and then do a little bit of text editing in your Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 root folder to be able to get just amazing cinematic views, not just wing views, but also tail camera or nose camera or whatever you want. So yeah, should be helpful. So go check that video out as well. Alright, 19.7% on engine number 1 as well. Let's go ahead and set this to normal. Parking brake can be set. Should have done that a tad bit sooner, but that's alright. Let's go ahead and set the flaps to position 2. Arm the spoilers. Let's go ahead and go to the flight control page and conduct the flight control check. So full up, full down, all the way to the left, all the way to the right, and we'll get rudder full left and rudder full right. That's very rare. The rudder is not twitchy at all today, so that's good. And we're pretty much good to go. So we're going to be taking a left here, and then going straight, and then basically tracking all the way back to runway 07 left over there. Sounds like a plan? Alright, so parking brake released, and let's go ahead and give it some thrust. %39 thrust should be more than enough, and we are turning the aircraft. Oh, we should have also started the taxi light here. We did that. And let's also get the APU off. We don't really need that anymore. There we go. First flight in an A330, ladies and gentlemen. How does it feel? I'll tell you how it feels. It feels exactly like an A320 from the cockpit view, at least. There's no difference. But from the outside, the rest of the world sees us in an A330. Okay, so we can actually take a left right here, but nah, how does it matter? We'll just go all the way. We don't really have any ground traffic or any ATC to vector us around the airport, so we're pretty much good to go in that respect. All right, we're tanking it down, so we're about 20 knots is the speed we're traveling at, which is very, very fast for turns especially. So let's not overstress the aircraft here. But look at that view. All right. As we taxi, we'll also go ahead and get the takeoff config test done. We'll go ahead and turn on the predicted wind shear. The weather radar can stay off until we enter the runway. And we can also go ahead and get the cabin crew to sit their buttocks down. There we go.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff.
What time is it? Just want to make sure we're on schedule. So it's 3:39, so we're already 3 minutes late. That's all right. Let's go ahead and give it some more thrust so that we can get to the runway faster. But yeah, guys, the last video I was requesting you guys to get me to 1,000 subscribers, and nearly about 6 days later, after that video was published, we're already at 1,100 subscribers. So thank you for everyone who supported and chipped in and wanted to see the growth of this channel. I have a lot of future content planned for this channel. When it comes to the Aircraft Dissected series, I've been getting a lot of questions about that specifically. The thing is, I've realized it takes a lot of time to script that content and a lot of time to actually record it, edit it, because when I do an Aircraft Dissected, it's a tutorial. So I really like it to be perfect. Like I really don't want it to be like a shoddy job, because I take tutorials very personally and very seriously. So I'm actually working on all the Aircraft Dissected, like the entire, like a full book on it, like a full script to cover all the episodes all at once. Instead of doing one episode at a time, I just want to work on the entire, like all the episodes all at once, so that I can upload them at a very consistent basis. And plus, the views that I'm getting on those videos are quite limited. So I think more people want to just see these full flight videos and sort of more casual content relating to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So later on down the line, when sort of the hype moves away from Microsoft Flight Simulator and goes towards like X-Plane 11 and P3D again, or when we have more sort of sophisticated add-ons for the sim available, maybe I'll go ahead and revive the series then. That's not to say that I'm not working on it. I am very much working on it. However, I'm just finishing up the script for that right now before actually publishing videos on it. That's the plan. Hopefully you guys understand that. If you guys still want me to do more Aircraft Dissected videos, I don't mind doing it. I'm a university student. I think most of you guys know that. So it takes a lot of time out of my day to be able to even film these videos, which take like 2 or 3 hours to film, and then another hour to edit, and then post and to promote. There's quite a bit of stuff that happens in the background that you guys don't see. So it's all about time management, and I need to be able to be as efficient with my time as possible. So hopefully you guys understand that. All right, we are on the runway. 07 left is right in front of us. So let's go ahead and arm the auto brake. We'll do a rolling takeoff, and the shadows are going absolutely nuts on us right now. Weather radar can come on, and we can also get the TCAS up and running. The runway lights can come on, wing light can come on, strobe can come on, everything can basically come on. And let's ding the cabin one more time. And we're pretty much good to go, guys. So are we good to go? Just doing a final check. All right, yeah, we're good to go. So let's go ahead and give it 50%. Symmetric thrust. Let's go all the way. Man flex. Oh, yeah, man flex, SRS, runway, auto thrust is blue. And we are tanking it down the runway. This feels good. I like how slow it is as compared to the A320. The A320 starts accelerating very fast because it's so small. Alright, applying forward pressure on the yoke. V1, rotate. Oh. Alright. It just took off very easily there. Positive rate, gear up. There we go. We are continuing to climb, inching our way towards that flap 1 speed, flap 1 retraction speed. We have a bit of weather in front of us, some yellow cells, which should just be normal clouds, so we should be good to go there. 1,500 feet, let's get to lever climb, and it's going to make us pitch our aircraft down. Let's get to flap 1 as well. Flight directors seem to be good. Yeah, we're inching our way towards that flap 2 retraction speed now. And we have a few mountains in front of us, which is rather concerning, but we should be getting to that any second now. Alright, taking that smooth right turn here just to be able to maintain that route. We're hand flying all of this, guys, by the way. I haven't armed autopilot yet. There's a rule that I imply whenever I fly the Airbus, which is basically take all the flaps up and only then will I be able to arm the autopilot. So currently the aircraft is not increasing its speed whatsoever, which is very concerning. I would like it to start increasing its speed so that I can... there we go. Now the flight director wants me to come down all the way. There we go, and the speed should start increasing. And we'll go ahead and take flap 2. And once we've done that, we'll go ahead and arm the autopilot as well, so the aircraft can start flying off its own accord. And we'll also go ahead and increase our altitude on the FCU to 37,000 feet. Just to confirm that that is the right altitude, I'm going to look at that one more time. So, final cruising altitude is indeed 37,000 feet. We're taking that right turn. Everything seems to be just fine. Let's go ahead and see this from this perspective. And there's the city of Hong Kong, guys, in all its lush green beauty as well as its industrial scale. We have the clouds, we have the buildings, we have the horizon, we have the water. What more do you want from a simulator? Alright, climbing, now we're to 9,000 feet, so let's go ahead and set altimeter standard. And let's also go ahead and disarm the spoilers. We'll go ahead and kill the runway turnoff lights as well as the nose lights. In fact, the landing lights can also come off, and the wing light can come off. And we'll go to the standby display and also set our standard altimeter pressure. There we go. Past 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and dial up the range here. And yeah, we're climbing nicely. I wish we had the wing view here, but unfortunately we can't have that. We don't have it in this aircraft. That's unfortunate. But yeah, there's Hong Kong. Looks great. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so that was the climb out of Victor Hotel or Hong Kong International Airport. As usual, in the next episode, you guys will be able to see the entire cruising as well as landing into Manila International Airport, which is our arrival. So until then, take care of yourselves and each other, and thanks for flying by.